I have seen very few creators on my side of the political aisle say what I'm about to show you in a video. And I am so glad that this creator said what she said. She's a creator with a large platform. She's a creator with an incredible amount of respect and influence. And she nails it in what she says here.
So at the same time, it is becoming increasingly clear that America has a problem with the radicalization of young men who believe that committing acts of violence is normal and justifiable. There are people celebrating a young man unaliving someone in the middle of the street in New York because it is seen as morally and ethically justifiable. Do you see what I'm getting at here? This time it was a healthcare CEO. This time it was someone who is part of a system that has caused people undue suffering and mass amounts of loss. But the underlying message being sent there to all of these young men who are watching people celebrate and idolize a guy who committed murder is that if it's morally and ethically justifiable, it's okay for me to do that. Violent radicalization very rarely hurts people in positions of power like that. You're not putting other CEOs at risk. They're going to get their security details, they're going to get their companies to pay for it, and they're going to be fine. It's predominantly marginalized people who these young men view as morally and ethically inferior to them that are going to suffer as a result of this kind of behavior being celebrated and normalized. And I don't think enough of you are conscious about that.
She nailed it. She absolutely nailed it. Nobody's asking for sympathy for the CEO. I don't have any sympathy for the CEO. Not one bit. I have some sympathy for his son. He has a 16-year-old son who's wondering why the hell half the country is celebrating his father's murder, but that's neither here nor there. We talk about the radicalization of young men all the time. We talk about how we can't be that kind of society, and now we're celebrating being that kind of society. Let me ask you a question. Do you guys think it's okay to celebrate what the people on January 6th did at the Capitol building? And how could I possibly tie the two together? Well, they believed what they were doing was morally correct. They believed what they were doing was a moral imperative. Does that make it right? No, it doesn't. Thank you, Olivia. A content creator with a large platform and a great deal of respect and admiration finally said what needs to be said about this situation. Nobody is talking about how we need to have sympathy for the CEO. Nobody. We're talking about how this is not the kind of fucking society we want to live in. And when they do it, and yes, I'm making this a left-right thing, because right now the people who are defending this shooter are on the left, and the people who are wanting him prosecuted are on the right, primarily. I understand that everybody is harmed by the actions of these healthcare companies. I'm not defending the healthcare companies. I want all of the health insurance companies to be eliminated in this country forever and ever, amen, and put us on a universal healthcare system. But we do not want this kind of society. She is 100% correct. Thank you, Olivia.